Hey guys, 7:30 a.m. here in Philippines, and I'm just going for a morning ride. Leak test the front fork, because the left fork started leaking after I went over a big bump at the bank, the local bank. So I've already cleaned it and tried to see if there was anything that could have been causing the leak, or if it was just because of the bump itself. And it seemed to help a little bit, but then it leaked again, like over the next rough road I went over. And that was last week, and I just cleaned it again last night. I'll just show you here. You can take a look. So I can detach this camera. Took the seal up and cleaned underneath and cleaned around the actual fork seal, not the cover. And let's see what happens. I'm gonna go over. There's a rough road just where they're doing road works just up that street. So I'm gonna test that and then go to the bank again. Not to go over the bump, but I need to go to the bank. So I'm also testing out this foam. I just got a sponge and cut foam in the shape of for the casing of the SJ cam. And hopefully, like, there's a little gap here for sound and air to come through, but that was causing wind noise when I go higher speed, so hopefully it gets rid of some of the wind noise, but we'll see. Just warming up with a half what's it called? Half choke. And now the choke's off. And it feels good. I normally just put my hand on the engine, and if it starts to feel a little bit warm and it's not cold anymore, then usually the bike's warmed up enough. Anyway, here we go. Good. Rough road strips up here. It's not really rough road, it's just dirt road. Okay, there's all the way up here. Like half dirt before. up to 60, but I think the limit is 50 or 60. CPG Avenue. Show the bump that blew my fork seal. It was like really packed here at the bank, and it was just here. I went over this bump a little bit too enthusiastically, and yeah, that's what caused the fork seal to leak. And it's leaking again right now, so let's just go over the bump again. Take a look at the leaking. That actually could be the mineral oil that I used when cleaning, because there's like a little bit of, there's a seal underneath here. Sorry, the camera's not straight. And I used mineral oil when I was wiping this with the rag, and like it filled up over the seal underneath this cover. So this here is like clear mineral oil. So hopefully it's just that coming out after I went over those bumps. But I'll know for sure. I should have brought a rag with me. If more keeps coming out. But oh well, you know, like it costs about 25 bucks or 1,000 pesos to get the oil changed on both forks and pay for the oil, including labor. So 1,000. That's not bad. And but the covers for the 2018 XR150, you can actually buy the covers, but they cost 1,000 pesos from Honda or from DuXam. So I don't know if I'll get those or if I'll just hunt for some like cheaper ones. But the genuines usually last a fair bit longer and they're better quality. Like they don't have like the color fading off after a few months. So I'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll just pause this because I've got to go to the ATM. And we're back. Forgive me if my voice comes through a bit muffled too, because I don't know how well the sponge is working. It might be drowning out my voice as well. Like, might sound like I have a pillow over my face or something. And I'm wearing a dust mask, so that adds to it. Hey, where am I gonna go? Up CPG, I guess. I'll go all the way around, like around Tagbilaran, the long way back home. So, you can see what the morning traffic's like. Oh, one good thing about the XR150 that I couldn't do with my old bike, with my old XR150L that also had a clutch, is you can start this bike with the starter while holding the clutch in, and it doesn't like not start. My old bike couldn't do that. You couldn't hold it. If you hold the clutch in, the motor will just spin if you try to start it, but it won't grab. So yeah. Anyway. Adjust this. And the lights up here are out. around the church somewhere. I'm due for an oil change, so when I get close to that 1000K mark, I tend to ride a little bit harder just to, I don't know, feel like it cleans the motor out. Stops carbon build-up, like if you drive slow. Then again, I don't drive slow most of the time anyway. By slow, I mean like low RPM, you know, gentle shifts and that kind of thing. But this is J.Claren. Yeah, J.Claren. Counterflow. We're gonna risk it, but there's I really need a freeway, eh? But, so just trying to show the power the bike has. No, it's only a 150. It's still way more than enough for city riding. I've only been taking it up to 60 though. I had someone comment on one of my videos that I'm a noob at riding because I don't wear gloves. And, you know, if you do happen to come off and you don't wear gloves, you're going to scrape your hands up. But the thing is, at these speeds, you actually know that you're not going to go 100 and, like, get knocked over or, you know, hit by a bus. I mean, you can't know that you're not going to get hit by anything, but you can be fairly sure that you're not going to go down hard going at 60 down a road like this where there's no buses or traffic. But if it was like chock-a-block, you know, heaps of cars and traffic, I slow right down at 20, you know, 10 or 20 and go with the speed of the traffic. So it's going to be a low-speed fall, which I've had before in the mountains. And I've gone down on my hands, and I didn't have any problem catching myself. My hands didn't even get cut up. And I've gone down a few times when I was first learning to ride, and that was in the mountains though. I've never gone down on concrete or bitumen, like knock on wood. But it's just one of those things, like, you can look at 99% of the riders here in Tagbilaran, and none of them are wearing gloves. There's like one person out of 50 bikes wearing gloves. And usually it's like a woman, no offense, just one of those things. And I think it's just a personal preference really. Like if you're really worried that you're going to go down and scrape your hand, wear gloves. But if you're not too worried about it, like if I happen to go down and scrape my hand, I know that it would be my fault for not wearing gloves, but that doesn't mean that I want to put up with gloves. Because I don't find them comfortable. And wear them all the time. So, you know, that's just me. Plus, you know, a lot of riders don't necessarily lift, go to gym, keep fit, that kind of thing. And I think the grip strength of someone that goes to gym and lifts, you know, 120, 140 deadlifts all the time is going to be a bit stronger than a guy that doesn't lift at all and rides a motorbike and goes around telling other people that they're beginners or they're noobs and they don't know how to ride because they're not wearing gloves in a city riding video. You know, like if I was off-road riding and doing it, you know, for a living and going over jumps and shit, then of course I would wear gloves because you'd go down a lot more often trying to practice riding on dirt and mud and rough roads. But for the most part, The average rider doesn't really need them. Like, look at this. They've got like a baby in between them. They're both on helmets. Anyway. Interesting. But he's going slow, you know. I mean, it's just one of the things. It's just something people do here. It is illegal though to ride with a kid like that. But yeah, just wanted to talk about that glove thing because it was kind of, I don't know, rude. It was just rude, you know. Like, you don't judge people for not wearing gloves. There's people riding around here in slippers, and I've done that a few times in the middle of the night when, well, not the middle of the night, like the early morning when I've been coming back from the beach and my shoes were wet. So I had some slippers and I wore them, and it was not comfortable. I wouldn't do it again. Would never do it on purpose. But it's possible. Like, you can't do it if you're careful and you don't mind getting your foot dirty on the shifter. Where was I going with this? I don't know. There you go. Yeah, in front of you. Anyway, here's the new City Hall. I wanted to show that actually. They finished it, I think, and they had like an opening fiesta thing. They had a live band that looks all closed up now. Like they're concreting a garden in there. Anyway, Tagbilaran City Hall. So there's a rough road up here, and looks like there's a little bit more mineral oil over the front fork, but I'll know for sure after going through this road up ahead, which is near my house. So yeah, you can see that. Look at the traffic in it. Yeah, my fork's actually been leaking for more than a month. Like, I didn't go over the hole at the bank a week ago. That was a while back. And the handling actually feels exactly the same, even though it's been leaking like over every time I go over a road like this. I've been seeing oil coming out. And yeah, the handling hasn't been affected yet. I was gonna, if it did get affected, I'd go get it changed straight away. Like if I started to notice unusual handling, because that's one of the things. Like if you're gonna ride without gloves, I'm wearing a helmet, of course, but you have to trust your bike, and if you can't trust the handling, you can't trust your bike. So that's one of the things about riding in the first place. One of the big safety things is, you know, if your handling is off, you can go down unexpectedly. And if your brakes are out, like if your brakes aren't maintained, you'll also be at a higher risk for getting in an accident. But I think my brakes are pretty good, so I don't have an issue there. Well, speaking of brakes, I use the front a lot more heavily than the rear because, you know, the front disc and the rear is just strong. But they've been great, eh? Like I'm 85 kilos now, and the bike feels the same. Like the braking feels almost the same, well, basically the same from when I was 72. Well, I was 72 kilos last year before I moved. Oh, not last year, the year before last. And the brakes are still working fine. I don't want to purposely like wreck the fork more. It's going to keep leaking, but a little bit. Look, this is one one of the typical hazards in the Philippines, walking on the road. Smart dog. Yeah, it's not, it's wet, but it's not leaking like dripping out. It just looks a little bit moist. And I think that's still mineral oil. I'm trying to dry it with my finger. I think I need to test that a bit more until my SJ cam goes flat. It's half battery. One bar left. What do you think, guys? Forgot to buy water. Damn it. Yeah, go a little bit longer. Well, it's nice and warmed up anyway, so... Sit so straight when I wear this thing, SJ cam. So the camera thing looks funny. Straight ahead up this random road that I haven't been on before. It's dirty. It looks fun. It's been raining, so I don't like to go too fast. I was avoiding a bump. This is a good test for the shock. Lots and lots of small bumps. Like, if the shock's leaking, it'll pack down really quick, and, you know, it'll be obvious if it's not handling right. That's good. It's getting lost there. Dead end. Or the road leading to the main road. That's Tagbilaran. Yeah. Yes, hey, the alley. That's where a new supplement store just opened up. Wise Choice Supplements. Can't see it, it's like at the back. Oh, no, they're not open now, it's too early. What am I waiting for? One van. Anyway, so that's like my local area. So I'm gonna go, that's going around the block, so to speak. You got McDonald's. A lot of people in McDonald's this time of the morning. that was a rough shift. A bit like too quick on the shifter sometimes, and you can hear the gearbox. Luckily, it's like not a super expensive bike, so just one of those things. Like labor to get stuff repaired here isn't that expensive either. So, you know, worst case scenario, something breaks, you can get it fixed. Anyway, gotta go buy some water, and I don't know if I'll continue this video further, so this might be the ending. So thanks for watching, guys, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the vid, and leave a suggestion in the comments for anything you want to see me do, like if you want me to go up into the mountains or something like that. I have a friend up in the mountains, actually, two towns away, that I could go visit, and it's like a steep climb. You know, I went up there with the XR150 once, but I didn't have my camera. So, you know, if you want to see something like that, just let me know. Or if you want to see a particular part of Tagbilaran, let me know, and I'll try to get a video on it. So, thanks, guys. See ya. And the pause button didn't work. I forgot to talk about the seal. It's not gushing. So that's what it looks like after all that road. There's like no pool of oil coming out. And all I did to clean it was, I got like a piece of plastic from a takeaway container lid and I cut it into like a diamond shape. And I just pushed it through the, not the dust cover, but the seal underneath. I pushed it in between the seal and the fork and ran it all the way around, and a little bit of gunk came out. And I did the same thing to the dust cover after that. And then I just cleaned it all like 5 times underneath the dust cover and along the fork. And I was also dripping a little bit of mineral oil as I was doing it. And so yeah, maybe that solves the problem. I mean, it should be gushing by now. Like, it's still dry from where I wiped my finger. There's like the tiniest bit of mineral oil, but it's not leaking anymore. Like that, before there'd be a full of oil around the dust cover when it was leaking after going over any bumps or rough road. So I might I'll leave a link in the description to the method I used, and if anyone has like a fork leak problem, they might be able to try it before getting them replaced. Could save some money. So anyway, thanks, guys. And we're back. Just wanted to show what I can fit in my I don't know how many liter luggage box. Givi luggage box. 2 5-liter waters and beer. Brew kettle beer. 35 peso beer. Anyway, a bunch of other stuff there, but the 2 5-liter waters are what I'm happy about. Just cram this shut. And now time for the ride home. Pretty sure I'm exceeding the weight limit. Just double check that I did start recording. Random shot. Oh, the light's green. The green light. because got some water in the luggage, so I don't want to like make it crack. Because I'm over the weight rating. It's only rated for like 5. It says do not exceed 5 kilos, I think. Pretty sure there's more than 5 kilos in there. Here's the Tagbilaran police station. It's like right behind the city hall. Well, not right behind it, but pretty much. And this is Calcita Street. Oh, and the fire department, fire station. Yeah. Tagbilaran. Concreted like up to the school and just left this small section of road not finished. Hey, Brownie. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm not, what's the weight rating here? It doesn't say. It did say it somewhere. Somewhere it said it. I can't remember. Probably on the packaging. Oh, yeah, here. Max load, 3 kilograms. 3, okay. At 110. I think it could do at least 5 at 110. I usually load it up with like 10 plus. So, it's just a safety thing. Probably for handling too, like if you're a light person, it might affect the handling to have too much in the luggage box. Anyway, thanks guys, bye bye.